What's good and welcome into the Honolulu Cheese Podcast. My name is Jose. Joining me, Ryan, Moran. The NFL season is officially over. Sad times. It's that time of year. What's good though, my boys? How we feeling?
Feeling wonderful. I'm really upset that the refs ruined that game on Sunday. I'm so mad about it.
Oh, we're
yeah.
just jumping right into it, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm
So
so
mad
ready.
about
I've
it.
been preparing for this conversation since Sunday night. It's
Yeah.
been great.
Yeah.
I'm feeling tired though, bro. Honestly, I just smashed like $15 worth of Taco Bell, and I'm drowsy. I feel like I just took like two sleeping pills, and I'm just like ready to. But we're here. I love
We
Taco
are
Bell,
here.
bro.
Man. What'd you get?
On the app, they have this like exclusive where they have like
potatoes.
no, well, that was one of them. They have a cheesy gordita crunch, a beefy 5-layer burrito, and the potatoes and a drink, and you get it all for like $8. It's really good, but it's a lot. Not gonna
So
lie.
where'd the other 7 come from? What else did you splurge on?
Freaking delivery and taxes, man. It's
You
outrageous out here.
you DoorDash Taco Bell?
Yeah, have you seen the weather outside? Do you think I'm going?
It's already disgusting as it is. 30 minutes later through DoorDash, I can only imagine.
Facts,
No,
bro.
that was
That's
good.
tough. That's tough. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't had Taco Bell in a while. The last thing that I did get from Taco Bell, that chili cheese burrito that they brought back.
Was it good?
Hey, I think it's
Oh my
February.
God, it's
I think
fire,
it's
bro.
February 23rd. They're dropping birthday cake churros.
Birthday cake,
This-
anything is the most overrated thing.
Oh,
and
Facts.
Ron
you're
falls for it
wild.
every
Oh,
time.
I
man.
agree. No, Moran's the king of dessert,
He
bro.
loves
Oh,
it.
man.
No, it's specifically that flavor though, and red velvet. He goes crazy for. It's those nasty, weird flavors.
I've actually shied away from red velvet. I think red velvet's gross now. It's too much.
Oh,
Good, because it's one of the most overrated flavors in the world.
Yeah,
100%.
you had to grow up sometime.
It's just red colored chocolate, literally.
Yep.
All right. Well, besides the Taco Bell and desserts or whatever, how's everything going though? You guys good? Are you guys how you guys feeling about the Super Bowl? I guess let's just cut the BS and get right into it.
So can I speak my piece on the ref thing? Because I
Oh,
knew
yeah,
you
no,
guys.
it's-
Before
for
before
sure.
you
Brought that
get
up.
into that, I just want to address my lack of presence last week.
Mm.
Guys, when I tell you I had a whirlwind of a week, like I'm not even exaggerating. I had a flu that beat my ass like harder than the Eagles beat the Chiefs' ass.
Pretty
I
hard.
Hey, chill, bro, chill.
That's pretty hard.
just being honest. And then my wife got COVID. My wife got an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's just this week was just like how you get up and it's a standing 8 count. I'm at like a standing 9 count, but I'm still here.
Is she doing better, by the way?
Yeah, she's good. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. There you go.
Everything's good.
Hey,
But not to
every
make
time
excuses.
every time I hear someone say that, I always instantly think it could be, bro.
Same. Send location.
I always think it could be. I know you don't like when I say this. He's so funny. What a goat. Anyway,
But yeah, it was a rough week. I appreciate you guys holding it down. I always notice when I'm not here, the lack of viewership is down, but we'll bring it back up.
Oh my god. Wait, if the lack of viewership is down, that means we did pretty well. That's a double negative.
No, the lack of viewership. There was a lack of viewership because I wasn't here. What are you talking about?
yeah. What were you trying to spin, Ryan?
This guy Ryan always
just said a
tries to,
double
like,
negative.
No, I didn't.
All right. Well, let's just move on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
was
would wanna move
wrong,
on
and I don't
too.
want to explain myself.
Yeah,
so
I
yeah.
just wanna
let's
go.
keep
It's
going.
a snow day tomorrow, and obviously you left your brain at school too.
Oh man, that's the best thing about being tired today is I don't have to worry about tomorrow at all.
Like, yeah.
Imagine working when it's snowing outside.
Okay, bro.
Sorry.
Whatever.
Sorry, bro.
Anyways, so Ryan, go ahead and let's hear your thoughts on the
All right,
Kansas City refs
here's how
or
my
lack
Sunday night went.
thereof.
Here's how my Sunday night went. I'm thrilled watching the game. Watching the Eagles beat them like that was so poetic to me, and it's everything I wanted. People are saying it was a garb game. It was competitive wise, but watching the Chiefs get the break speed off them was so much fun, and it was so like vindicating as an NFL fan who's just grown so tired of that team. But it's like the second quarter, it's already a beatdown. Jose's like, "Hey, Mito, how about them refs, huh? How's that going?" Moran's like, "Oh yeah, so like totally going for the Chiefs. The game was so out of hand that the refs could not even do. What do you mean? No? Can I finish my point?
Go ahead.
Can I finish?
Sure.
Like, what were the refs gonna do anyway, bro? Like, you're down. What was it, 30-0 at one point, if I'm not mistaken? And you guys are gonna act like that somehow like erases all the help that the refs gave the Chiefs throughout the year, like as if it wasn't a thing. Go ahead, shake your head. It's fine. Like,
it's not a thing.
There was no saving the Chiefs.
It's literally not a thing. The way Ryan made it sound is no matter what happens on Sunday, the Chiefs have their backup in the refs. That's how he made it sound.
I literally said the opposite of that when this conversation happened.
Yeah, okay.
I said there is no agenda for the NFL to have the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. I did mention that the refs have bias, and they have. That's plain as day.
Super biased.
And you guys are acting like I'm crazy for saying it.
Didn't he just talk about double negatives? How can you not have an agenda and then there be a bias? Isn't a bias forming an agenda towards one team?
No, that's the refs giving superstar calls. That happens in the NBA all the time. It doesn't mean that the NBA is rigged.
That was our point.
It doesn't mean that it's rigged, Moran. I don't think that.
Ryan,
I'm saying the refs favor the best quarterback we've ever seen.
Our point was there was no reason to bring it up because every time that there's a great player, this happens. It's not out of the norm.
Moran, I would wager that the majority of NFL fans believe the Chiefs have favoritism. You guys act like I'm on this hill dying alone.
Because the majority of NFL fans, and I'm sorry to say this for whoever listens, are uneducated.
Okay. All right. That's you guys, bro.
That's fine.
If you guys want to act like they don't get calls, I can't help you. I don't know what you're watching.
See how he spins it? That's not what we're saying. We are simply saying when a team is good and there's good players, they tend to get more calls. That's been the NFL since I've started watching since I was 4 years old.
Weren't the Bills good with good players? Like, why don't they get that? Why did the Chiefs get those calls in that game that led them to go to the Super Bowl?
Because it's based on gameplay. It's not like the Chiefs say, "Oh, hey, let's call the play where the Chiefs are going to call or the refs are going to call roughing the passer. Let's call that play." That's not how football works.
Yeah, all right, bro. It's based on Mahomes. I'm sorry. And hey, it didn't matter because the Eagles were that much better than the Chiefs.
It literally didn't matter. And
we don't have to spend this much time on it. Like, we already kind of dove into this, and I'm sure everyone's sick of hearing us argue about the refs.
This is what Ryan does when he's wrong. By the way.
My God.
We don't have to spend time on it. We've seen Mahomes get clotheslined in the head. A flag wasn't called. It was already 30-0. It does not matter.
Poor baby. He got hit one time and they didn't call it.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just proving a point. Bad calls are both ways. They go both ways.
I'm sick of you, and I'm sick of the Chiefs, and I'm sick of this conversation.
Okay, well, the Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl because they earned that right. They were not given that right.
I did not take anything away from them.
Yes, you did.
I didn't. They're a good team. I've been saying that.
You literally said they won the game. They won the AFC Championship because of the refs.
Because of that. Yes, they did.
Okay, so you're taking I'm not.
But that's not me saying that they're a bad team or they don't deserve to be there.
Yes, it is.
Just did that.
Yes, it is. It's literally saying they didn't deserve to be there.
No, I'm not saying there's some trash team who's been carried by the refs all year. I think they're a good team.
Yes, you are though. Like,
guy, right?
Hey, I'm out, bro. This guy, man.
You guys are living
speaking out of both sides of his mouth, bro.
I'm not
crazy.
Insert the Homer Simpson gif where he backs into the bush.
I'm not backing into anything. I'm standing on this opinion.
Okay.
I'm not going to change what I said. I'm saying the same thing I said 2 weeks ago.
Both sides, though. It's crazy.
I'm not, bro. They're a good team. Yeah, they made it there. Bro, they won it twice. How can I say they're a bad team? Like, I would be dumb to sit here and say that.
Can I say something really off topic before I forget?
Is it about Taco Bell?
No. How does Kadarius Toney get arrested for strangulation and he doesn't have hands?
Bro, if I never heard Kadarius Toney's name again, I'd be all right. Like, this guy, man. That guy has a ring, bro.
Bro, where did you read that tweet, bro?
I did not read it. I literally, right when I seen that he got arrested, I'm like, how do you get arrested beating someone and you don't have hands? I don't understand it.
Man, he was like the biggest miss ever, man.
The next big thing. Literally,
his highlight tape at Florida was insane.
Yeah.
I can't believe the player that guy turned out to be.
It's nuts.
Terrible.
Yeah, so, well, outside of the refs not being able to help the Chiefs, what'd you guys make of the game, though? It was obviously it was a beatdown. what'd you guys make of it? I know Ryan, you said that you enjoyed it, watching them lose, but from a viewer standpoint, like it was kind of a tough watch, man, to be honest. Unless you were a Philly fan, obviously.
I mean, if you're asking me, it show defense wins championships, man. At the end of the day, like that's what it shows. And Philly's offense, also is good, and they played well and whatever. But the Chiefs actually had no shot. When you're rushing four and you're getting pressure every play and you're that disruptive, you cannot beat that. Like that's like that's the thing that every team in football wants and craves right there. And Howie Roseman deserves all the credit in the world for taking the risk that he took, like drafting Jalen Carter. A lot of people were mad about that. Guess what? That worked. You know, picking up guys like Zach Bond that we've talked about, drafting Cooper DeJean. Like, that team is scary, bro. And Jalen Hurts got a monkey off his back, proving that he can do it. They have Saquon. Like, they're a scary team going into next year, man. We like NFC opponents got their work cut out for them. So credit to them, bro. I'm not taking any, I hate that team, by the way. Not a Philly fan at all. Can't stand them. But you got to give them credit, man. They made the two-time defending champs look stupid.
Yeah, it was. If you would have told me before the game it's going to be a blowout and Saquon Barkley has under 70 yards rushing, I would have been like, yeah, you don't watch football. But it's crazy. Like I think anyone could have been on that Philly offense and they still would have won the Super Bowl. That's not taken away from Jalen Hurts, by the way. I just think the Chiefs were so outmanned, and it's just crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, the Philly defense just came out to play, man. Vic Fangio, his game plan, everything, that he just had the guys ready. And what's crazy is really both defenses played well. I know the final scoreline doesn't show that, but I mean the way that Kansas City was, stifling Saquon, he couldn't get going at all. And I mean, I thought they actually played really well. It was the big plays for Philly that kind of opened everything up, but I thought that both defenses played well. I didn't expect it to be a blowout. I was on here last week saying I thought that Kansas City was going to win. It was crazy to see Mahomes flustered the way he was. Like, it was just he played an awful game. Travis Kelce played an awful game. Like, it's been going around all over X. Like, man,
he's got to retire. Yeah,
his tape was bad for the Super Bowl. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of people pointing it out. Like, the whole team, the whole offense, I should say, because like I said, I thought the defense played pretty well for the most part, but man, they just couldn't get going. It was really crazy to see.
Speaking of the Eagles defense, I'm just looking at the box score, and I know Kansas City gave up on running the ball pretty early, but when your leading rusher is Patrick Mahomes for 25 yards, you're not winning the game. Like, there's just no way. Kareem Hunt had 3 carries for 9 yards. Pacheco had 3 carries for 7 yards. Like,
Casey's biggest need is running back. People are going to say it's receiver, but they need a good running back.
I feel like they need a lot for a team that just made the Super Bowl and won it twice.
Yeah, I think they were one of the few teams that only scored 30 points once this year.
Oh yeah.
The rest
and that was last week against the Bills.
Yeah, the rest of those teams I think had a combined like 18 wins or something.
Yeah,
it was the weirdest stat ever.
Make no mistake, Kansas City got to where they are not because of Mahomes, not because of whoever.
The refs.
Well, besides them too, it was about their defense. Like, their defense is great. Like, Spagnuolo deserves all the credit in the world. And I know it wasn't a great showing when Philly scores 40, but seriously, what could he do? Like, your offense couldn't stay on the field. They didn't get a first down the whole first half besides that first play they had.
They didn't cross the 50.
Yeah. No first downs, bro. They had 26 yards in the first half.
I think what was it? It was either late in the third quarter or early in the fourth where they finally crossed the 50-yard line. Like, bro, Philly's defense was insane, man.
Does this put a knock on Mahomes?
Yes.
I don't know if it puts like a knock. What do you mean?
So the reason I'm asking is our boy Haas in the chat. He sent stats the last 5 Super Bowls that Brady played and the last 5 that Mahomes played. I think Mahomes' numbers were 7 touchdowns, 7 picks, or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But his numbers were very, very pedestrian. And it's like we all know that quarterbacks, I'll say this every time, that Super Bowls is not a quarterback, stat. But Mahomes hasn't looked the greatest in Super Bowls. He really has not. So that's why I'm asking, by the way.
Yeah, so I just pulled it up. In the last five Super Bowls, Patrick Mahomes, 7 touchdowns, seven interceptions, to Brady's 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's the stats you're referring to.
That's insane.
Yeah, so to put in to answer your question, do I think it's a knock on Patrick Mahomes? No. I still think he's great. I still think he's one of the best to ever play. However, I do think that it does hurt his GOAT status, right? Where how we were all talking about, he's going to be the one to take over that throne. I think that that probably has taken a step back, especially with the showing on Sunday. It was just a bad game. It was one of the worst games I've ever seen him play, probably since like his rookie year. Like it was crazy. And then the flip side of that, I think that that's the best game Philly's played all season. It's crazy to think that the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles played the best 2 games of their season in the NFC Championship and in the Super Bowl. Like, you can't ask for a team to catch fire at the right time, or at a better time, I should say. Like, it was just, their run was incredible, bro. Like, shout out to the Eagles.
I got to address this because this is a Lions-Packers podcast. Did you guys see what Amon-Ra St. Brown said?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Well, basically, he tweeted, I think it was a tweet, he said, I really hope they put us against Philly to open the season because us having a full, healthy defense is going to make a difference. Like, bro, shut up. Please, stop talking.
What's wrong about what he said?
Because it's not his time. Just stop talking.
It's everyone's time. The season's
not.
over. It's a new season has begun. What are you talking about?
No, because he was lining up an excuse on why they didn't advance in the playoffs.
It's not lining up anything.
I'm good.
And I'm not. listen, I'll address that when I watch it. I'm not gonna listen to you out of context because
that's fine.
I have to hear it, bro. I have to hear it. Because I know you probably just read a tweet somewhere, and I don't operate like that. I'll listen to the full quote and then I'll give you my thoughts.
Yeah,
we're definitely gonna open the season up against Philly, though.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. That's kind of the thing that's been circulating. I mean, there's not a lot of good options though when you look at Philadelphia's opponents, right? Mm-hmm. So it's us, it's the Commanders.
That's it.
Yeah, maybe Dallas. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Maybe
they won't do. They're not going to do a division game. I highly doubt it. They don't like to do division games in the beginning of the year, like that.
Can I answer that Mahomes question that Moran asked though? Going back to that, so from 2020 to 2022, I just have his stats in front of me. I know stats aren't the whole story, but just hear me out. All those years, he had over 4,700 yards and over 37 touchdowns. Right, amazing numbers. Like just killing it, slinging it, whatever, unstoppable. These past 2 years, in 23 and 24, hovering around 4,000 yards, 26, 27 touchdowns. Like, we have seen a significant regression in Mahomes's numbers, not so much like the wins. And you can't even say anything about last year, really, because he won the whole thing. But again, like, they had a really good defense last year. And he, just kind of held it down, right? Like, he played well. But I think we're seeing, like, top 10 Mahomes now instead of, like, top 2 or top 1. Like, and I don't know if that's just because of his weapons. I don't know if
it's the Matt Nagy effect.
What's the Matt Nagy effect?
The negative. Matt Nagy's the OC. There's a reason the offense hasn't looked as good.
So that's what I was going to bring up. So that lines up with when Bieniemy left, right?
Correct.
And that was that whole thing. And I know people have mixed opinions on Eric Bieniemy, and was it Andy Reid? Was it Bieniemy who was helping Mahomes? Was it just Mahomes being great? I think what you're saying has truth. Like, I always say coaching is everything, right? And when you see that significant of a drop off, yeah, he lost weapons and Kelsey's getting older, but I don't know if that's like the whole thing. It can't be.
I mean, the numbers ring true, right? The numbers support what you're saying. I don't listen, Bieniemy hasn't worked out since he left the Chiefs either. So I don't know if that was just a perfect situation in Kansas City, the perfect marriage of Andy Reid, Bieniemy, and Mahomes. It could be. I mean, Only way we'll ever know is if he goes back. But I mean, the numbers support what you're saying.
I don't know how else to say this. I think Andy Reid didn't trust Bieniemy as much. So I think Andy Reid was more involved in the offense than he is with Matt Nagy because he thinks Matt Nagy's a better offensive mind for whatever reason. And I think Andy Reid took a step back with Matt Nagy, and I think that's where the drop-off is because Matt Nagy is straight butt cheeks.
Yeah, not great, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Did you guys see what A.J. Brown said today?
No, I've been out of the news all day.
Yes, I did.
I'm gonna read the quote for the listeners, and then you guys give me your thoughts. So he posted on Instagram, after a few days, I've had time to reflect on being a champion. I tried to feel how everyone made it seem to be a champion, and unfortunately, it was short-lived. 2 days to be exact, is what he says. He goes on to say, I've never been a champion at the highest level before, but I thought my hard work would be justified by winning it all. It wasn't. My thrill for this game comes when I dominate. It's the hunt that does it for me. It's when the DB drops his head and surrenders because he can't F with me. The intense battles, early mornings, late nights, sacrifices. I love putting smiles on people's faces, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't what I thought it would be. It's the journey that I love the most. Back to work.
Can I jump in here? real
Yeah,
quick?
of course.
Yeah.
I want to get you guys' thoughts.
I hope to God when the trading window opens in March that they get rid of this bum.
Wow.
He's not a bum, Joe.
What a terrible mindset to have.
That is an
Hey,
awful mindset.
hey, we won a title, but my numbers weren't good enough. I'm not happy. Like what?
I don't
That
think
is
that's
one of
what
the
he's saying.
craziest-
Yeah, that is what he's
It
saying.
kind
I'm
of is
straight.
though, Jose.
I'm
It
straight.
really is. What you
Fuck
basically
him.
said.
Sorry,
I'm going to
excuse my
paraphrase.
language.
No, that's fine. I'm going to paraphrase what he said. Being a champion is cool and all, but I want to dominate.
Yeah.
I get my most pleasure out of dominating a defensive back who can't hang with me, not the team winning a championship. Bro, what the hell are you talking about? I am getting so sick of these diva wide receivers and needing to be the man all the time.
Can we bring it back? We were literally just talking about Mahomes' lackluster numbers in the Super Bowl. Can you imagine Mahomes said that after they won the Super Bowl last
Right.
year? Oh, I only had one touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. I
Right.
wish I would have had 4. Back to work.
Right.
I'm straight.
So I didn't take it the way you guys take it, and
I
that's
know you
okay,
didn't.
right?
You're
The way that
too nice.
You
no,
are
I'm
too
not.
nice.
I'm
Yeah, you
literally.
are.
I read that, and I was just like, okay, he wants to get back to work. Like he's not fulfilled. Like I don't know if that's
No,
because
no.
of. Listen, you have your opinion. I have mine, right?
Well,
You
hang on,
took
hang
it one
on.
way. I took it another. All I'm saying is
he
I didn't
ended
take
this
it as
video.
he's saying. I didn't take it like he's talking about like, oh, I didn't have a good Super Bowl and it's not good enough for me. And no, I just think that he's like, hey, I'm a champion, but I want more. If that means that, hey, I want to go out there and I want to be better the next time, I want to get better so I could get back and dominate even more. Like, I mean, what's wrong with that? I don't
But
see the
Jose,
issue.
he didn't say that I want more rings. He didn't say that I want more wins. He
He
said
didn't mention
I
any team. Yeah,
want
he didn't
more.
mention any team success.
AJ Brown wants more catches and
Yeah,
targets.
He
on
never said I
touchdowns.
want more catches. He never said I want more. None of that. All he said is
Bro,
the
he's
journey.
talking
He
about
said the
his-
journey is what he like. He likes the most, right?
Bro,
Jose,
I
when
would-
he said
yeah,
when he
no.
says that I want the DB to hang his head low,
Right.
what does that mean?
Yeah, he wants
He's
to dominate.
dominating.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
get
how do
that
you
part.
dominate? By just running routes?
No, you
by
go out there and you
stats.
dominate. Of course.
Okay, so yeah, he doesn't have to say I want more catches. He literally just said
Okay,
it.
but with his success comes team success as well. I don't
No,
know. I
that's
don't
not
think
true.
No, that's not what he said though. I was with him when he was talking about being a champion isn't what I thought it would be. Like maybe it doesn't feel that way. We don't know. We've never won a Super Bowl. But when you start talking about your individual performance and your stats being above the team, I'm out. I like AJ Brown, bro. I love him as a player. He's crazy good in my eyes. Like I think he's top 5. But I'm not going to sit here and defend that statement. That's a crazy thing to say 2 days after your team wins it. Like that's wild to put the focus on you like that.
I agree that it's a crazy thing to say. I don't disagree there. Like especially 2 days after. However, I don't like what he's saying, like I don't know. I just didn't take it the way you guys are taking it. I thought it was surprising. It's not what I expected to see 2 days after lifting the Lombardi where you're like, Yeah, it's not everything
can I
I
ask
thought
Brown
it
a
would
question?
be. You know.
Mito, are you with me in that like you're sick of the receiver being diva thing, and that's like
No,
weighing this
listen,
against him? Because that's what
I'm
it is for me. Like,
I'm okay. I want my receivers to be divas because when you're usually a diva, let me explain. When you're a diva, usually you produce and you're very good. But there's times when you say things and there's times when you don't. If this would have been said come August, okay. 2 days later, how about, hey, I've been reflecting and man, it's been amazing that we won the Super Bowl as a team. Hey, I probably didn't do as much as I could have, but I'm still going to work to do that. Like,
better,
use your head, bro.
better, much better. I
So
agree.
for me, and this is not me sticking up for AJ Brown. I just like
It
I said,
is.
I didn't. No, it's not because I'm literally because there's another side to me where like I was saving it for the podcast. I didn't say it in the chat, but during the Super Bowl when he got into it with Sirianni, that bugged me. And to be honest, like I'm sick of seeing AJ Brown and
didn't
Nick
see that.
Sirianni going at it on anytime it doesn't go AJ Brown's way, right?
Yeah,
So
they do that a
that
lot.
part it really is getting old for me and it bugs me a lot. So I don't
Say that this ties into it, though.
No,
I
can say- it
I
does,
agree.
yeah.
I agree with what you're saying. That part it does tie into it. I just didn't take what he said from there like, oh look at me, look at me. I could be wrong, right? I could have read into it the wrong way. But I do what I'm trying to, and really I'm touching on what you said about the divas, Ryan. Is I do agree with that part. Like I do not like the antics on the sideline, and I feel like it's been all year with him, and really even dating back to last year. Like, there's always something going on with AJ Brown. It's either he's beefing with Sirianni, he's beefing with Jalen Hurts, he's not happy on the sideline. I don't know what it is with him.
Okay, so that part I'm gonna. And sorry, right? I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
That part I'm not gonna agree with you, Jose, because everyone used to celebrate when Brady would get all in arms. So I'm not gonna agree with that part.
Mito is spitting right now, bro.
I don't care though. The quarterback should be doing that. The quarterback is literally the
that's
leader
not
of the
fair.
team.
That's
Yes,
not
it
fair.
is fair. It is
No,
fair.
it's not.
Listen,
No, it's
the
not.
quarterback is the guy on
Nope.
the team. No one
Nope.
else on the team
Nope.
is what the quarterback means to the team.
I don't care.
And
I don't care.
and to end one step further, Brady's the greatest player of all time. So
don't care.
him and AJ Brown are not comparable.
I don't. He used to do it before he was anointed the greatest.
He's the
player
greatest of all time for a long
But
time.
he
bro.
used. But he
For a
used
long
to do
time.
it. But he used to do it before. I'm good on that. No, if one guy can do it, another guy can do it. AJ Brown has the clout. He's good enough.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
he
he
literally
does.
just got the clout on Sunday.
No,
He
that's
just
not
got
true.
it. Yeah, it is
Well,
true.
he's been a really good player for a long time.
That's
though.
fine. He ain't Brady.
So you only get clout if you win a Super Bowl.
No, I'm not saying that.
That's
but
what
I'm
you're saying.
No, that's what I said in this case. But no, what I mean, what has he done?
What?
No, you're right. That's
What do you mean?
no,
said
you're
it
right.
this
You're
time,
right.
but-
I did. No, you're wrong. No, I'm wrong there. It's not
Okay.
because there's a lot of great players that don't have rings, right?
That's
So-
what I wanted to say. Okay.
No, because there is, and I'll take that back. But what I mean, I guess what I'm saying is AJ Brown's. Has he ever been like led the league in receptions? Has he ever led the league in yards or touchdowns? Like he's always been good. He's never been the
Hey,
guy.
Steph
though.
Been
Curry's
top
never
five for a few
led the league.
years.
Hey, Steph Curry's
No, he's
never
all right.
led the league in assists, and you guys talk about he's the best point guard ever. So we can go there.
Yeah, but
No,
he's also got scoring titles.
I know.
and
He's
no,
everything
I know.
else. Like,
No, I know, but we can do that.
I'm less bothered by the sideline antics personally because what you do during a game, as long as it's not totally toxic like a TO situation, that's okay, right? Like it's okay when a quarterback runs up and down his offensive line on the sideline and says, "You guys got to," like gets in their faces, whatever, just like Brady used to do, right? Just like Peyton used to do. Whoever
Peyton was celebrated for punking out Jeff Saturday.
Right. That's a legendary clip, right? We've all seen it. It's hilarious. So I don't care if you're arguing with a player or even a coach on the sideline, as long as it's not crossing a line. Like you're not putting your hands on anybody. There's a line we don't cross. But for you to be like reflecting a couple days after the game and just appear as selfish and just kind of about you when your team just won it, like I can't deal with that, man. Like, I don't know.
Here's a question, Zay. If he goes out in the Super Bowl and put up 180 and 10 catches, does he make that post?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe
But that's
not.
kind of
I
what
don't
he's
know.
saying. He didn't, right? And that's what's bothering him.
Okay, but that's why he made the post, right?
Right.
And enough said right there.
Right.
That's all it is. It's
Yeah.
me. I'm
Yeah, it's
straight.
not about AJ Brown, you know?
Like there was
Okay,
a
so-
clip of I'm sorry, there was a clip on with Devonta Smith talking to Jalen Hurts on the sideline of the Super Bowl. He literally was looking up in the sky and he's like, man, I can't believe it. I can't believe we did this. And then Jalen's like, yeah, this is your hometown. You earned it, blah, blah. Like, the difference between those two guys is nuts.
It's just not a good look, man. I think he, like, I'm not saying he's like not a team player or a bad teammate or anything like that. I think it's a bad quote, man. It's just not, I don't know.
I mean, so does that so going back to the sideline and then going to this quote, like, does that make you feel differently about what he's doing on the sidelines? Because you guys are telling me it's all about me, 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 me. That's what you get from this quote. So isn't that what he's essentially making it on the sidelines then? He's not like where Brady, where he's frustrated about, oh, I messed up, or a teammate's getting in each other's face like, hey, we got to be better. It's more so like, give me the ball. It's a me type of deal, right? I mean, I just trying to ask you guys.
No, here's what we're not hearing, though. We're not hearing those arguments carry over to practice
Post-game.
and after the game and post game, right? Like, there's no drama surrounding AJ Brown and Nick Sirianni once the final
Yes, there is.
whistle.
What are you guys talking about?
No,
yes,
no,
there
why?
is. There has
Okay,
been
okay.
in the
Why
season.
is there?
We've heard about
so-
it. We heard about with Jalen Hurts this year, Jalen Hurts last year, with Nick Sirianni last year. What are you talking about, bro? Those are all stories.
yeah,
But they just won, Jose.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
It's not having a detrimental effect, right?
That's the identity of their team, though. Sirianni literally gets into it with his coaches all the time. It's just
Yeah,
the
it kind of
players
is, isn't it?
mimiking their head
Yeah,
coach.
that is the identity. That's and
he does
Sirianni
do
was
that.
on the hot seat because of it, right? Because of the culture
Correct.
over there.
Correct. And the thing is, in game, like, bro, these guys are competitors. If guys don't get upset on the sideline, I get more annoyed. Like, we all have our juices flowing while we're playing games. Like, bro, we get upset when we play Xbox. I've heard you guys play Xbox. I've heard Ryan yell at the TV when he's playing Smash. Like, it's a competitive game. Ryan would probably never say things he says when he's playing Smash in person, in real life. Like, it's just competitive juices. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
The problem is, when you had 2 days to sit on it, you had time to reflect. And as you reflected, you thought, hey, this is what I'm about to drop on Instagram. That's what's concerning.
And for the record, me playing Smash is just as, if not more important than AJ Brown and the Super Bowl.
Facts. Yeah. AJ, yeah. 100%. It's more. It's
Hey,
more. important.
the problem is AJ Brown didn't finish in second place.
Oh, no, don't remind me.
Got him.
Second
got
place in
him.
Dearborn thing.
That was a fun. I forgot you played in that tournament. Nah,
Bro, you know
But
the
no,
worst
I
part
was-
about that? You know the worst
What?
part about that?
Tell me.
The guy who beat me and got number one, guess where he came from?
where?
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh boy.
Yup.
He lives there and he traveled to Dearborn to beat me in this tournament. Essentially.
Got him.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, the way to represent Ryan.
Yeah, thanks.
No, but it was just something that AJ Brown had I seen today, and I was like, you know what, let's bring it up. Any other thoughts on the Super Bowl, the game itself?
I don't know. I hope the Eagles don't get Myles Garrett. That's where I'm at.
Facts, bro.
There's going to be a player on the Eagles that's about to get paid, and everyone's just going to be like, who? And he's going to be one of the best defensive tackles next year, whichever team he goes to. And his name is Milton Williams.
I was gonna say, you think it's gonna be Milton Williams?
Yes.
It's gonna be that dude.
He's going to get like 4 years, $80 million. Everyone's going to be like, oh my God. And he's just going to ball.
We will see about
Oh,
that. There's
can
gonna
I
be a
call
few people from the Eagles that are getting paid next year.
Yes, for sure.
I know we're moving on, but I just want to call Moran out on Cooper DeJean and
Mm.
Moran calling him a
Yes,
bad
please.
player a
Let's-
few weeks
no,
ago.
I want to talk
Can we
about
talk about that?
Correct.
Because he did say that was a bad pick and he's not playing well.
Can I have the floor?
Oh, it's all yeah. You're on line one.
Yeah, okay. Well, the Eagles won the Super Bowl because they have a dominant front seven, they have a dominant offensive line, and they have a dominant defensive line.
Moran, don't
I'm not
spin
draft.
this.
I'm
not saying they
I'm-
won the game because of Cooper DeJean.
That's not what I'm saying. People made fun of that we didn't draft him. Our front seven on both sides is more important. We literally lost to the Eagles because Jordan Love had no time, and we got dominated by their defensive line. I don't want to hear it. Move on.
Does any of that
Move
make
on.
Listen,
Jordan Morgan a better pick than Cooper DeJean?
Not only that,
Right
you're
now-
bringing up
right-
two different points,
right,
bro.
right now, no, because
Totally.
Jordan
He just
Morgan,
totally sidetracked.
Jordan
You're,
Morgan
yeah,
had
you're making it
he
something
had a,
that it's not.
He had a redshirt freshman year. I am not judging him until he plays, and he
Okay,
plays poorly.
Moran,
That's
listen,
all.
listen. That has nothing. Okay, fine. You guys took Jordan Morgan, and you don't regret the pick. Fine. No one's talking about that.
What are you talking about?
It remains to be seen. The fact is, you have a quote on this podcast
Yeah,
where you
right.
said
Okay.
Cooper DeJean blows.
Correct. I did say that, but the reason I said
Okay,
that,
that's a
hold
bad
on.
quote, bro.
No, it's not. It's not. Let me explain why. Because when you have a dominant front seven and you only have to cover
Oh
guys for
my
2
God,
seconds,
don't
you look
do
like a
this,
different
bro.
corner.
Don't do
CJ
this.
Gardner Johnson looked good in Philly. He looked ass cheeks with you guys. It's not the same. I don't care.
CJ Gardner Johnson played 3 games here.
I don't care. No, he didn't. That's not true. He played like half a
More
season.
than 3.
Four. He played
missed
4.
He missed a lot of
That's
time.
not true.
He
missed
missed.
a lot
He
of
played
time.
4
He
games last
tore-
year.
he
He
tore
played
his
1 and
pec
2,
tour.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
and then the wild card. And I'm sorry, 5 because he played the playoffs.
Listen,
3 games in the
listen,
playoffs
yeah,
and 2 at the beginning of the year.
Yup,
What are you
and
saying?
when he was out all year, oh my God, when he comes back for the playoff run.
Yeah, because we
Come on.
needed anybody.
Yeah, okay.
not-
No, that's not
whatever.
how you guys talked about it.
This
Don't
is
do that.
so
now.
not about CJ
Okay.
Gardner Johnson.
That's not my
You son
point.
of a
I'm just
bitch.
telling
This
you.
is
No,
about you.
this guy loves to flip flop, bro. This
is
guy's
about-
king
I'm
flip.
telling you, I think Cooper DeJean is good. I made a mistake.
Okay,
he
thank
does
you.
not.
That's it.
Hold
That's
on.
it.
That's
This
it.
is
He does not.
Period.
He does not blow. But there's a lot of corners that you put in that spot with that defensive line that'll look just as good.
I agree.
That's
That's going to make everyone look a
Cooper
lot
DeJean-
better.
But that's
So
not the point.
So Cooper DeJean on the Packers would have not looked as good because we don't have a front seven like the Eagles.
But he'd
That's
still
why
be
we
a
did not
solid
draft him.
player that you
We
guys
got
could have
Evan
benefited
Williams and
from.
we got Cooper, the best rookie linebacker in football.
Oh my
I
God,
don't
bro.
care.
Okay, all right. Let's just
Yeah,
move on.
keep hearing about Edrin Cooper. Don't
All right.
don't get me started.
All right. The Eagles
You know
having a
what?
great
Quote,
front
bro.
seven doesn't make Cooper DeJean a mid player who's on a good defense. He's a good player. Let's just give credit where it's due.
He's a good player with that front seven. Yes, I can't judge him yet
All right,
until
Jose.
I see.
Jose, move
I
on,
see.
bro. Move on,
That's
move on.
fine.
He's a good player.
You know, I used to
regardless.
be a team player on this podcast, but I'm about to be AJ Brown. This is about me.
You
I'll
are.
move on
You-
when I
you
want
know,
to move
You're
on.
always
are.
AJ.
You'd rather have a good show than us have a good show, huh?
Yes,
Honestly.
I would.
Yeah. All right.
You guys done?
No, are you done, bro? Are you
I-
good or
yeah,
are
I'm
we
done.
good?
Yeah, I'm done.
Sky, bro. What do we think about the halftime show?
Mustard.
Hey,
So dumb.
mustard. That's hey. Let me get my thoughts. Because I'll tell you this.
Yeah, you're the rapper. You go first.
Okay, I'm not. But listen, as a fan of hip hop and rap, right? I enjoyed the halftime show. I did. I thought it was good. I really don't like. There's a lot of people saying like, man, it was awful, worst halftime show ever. I do not agree with that. Like, I don't. I thought it was good in the moment. Here we are, 3 days later. I still think it's good. What I will say though is I do kind of agree with some of the people saying that his track list could have been better. I agree with that 100%.
He doesn't have a track list.
No, he
Like,
does. He has a lot of hits that even you have forgotten about. He has a lot of bigger songs than the ones he played. Obviously, Not Like Us is his biggest track ever. He had to play that. There was a couple that, I agreed with, but the set list in general probably could have been a bit better. It just sucks because it kind of gives rap at the Super Bowl a bad look because there was not a good performance to go along with it, right? So you played you did a mid set list and you really didn't have a performance. So I kind of feel that part, but overall I enjoyed it.
But wouldn't you say, like, there's not really a performance aspect of rap? And let me explain. Like, you can't do, like the bright lights and the fireworks and this and that. That's not how rap is. Rap is someone with a mic dropping bars. Like, you go to a concert, cool, they have like a cool clip, like a 3D clip on a screen. That's just how rap is. Like, I don't think rap is meant for the Super Bowl because what you're saying, there's no show aspect. Like, you drop bars and you just move on. There's no, like, it's not Las Vegas worthy is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not a strip show.
It's not a spectacle, right?
Correct.
And that's what Super
It's-
Bowl halftime
Correct.
has kind of become, and as it kind of should be. Like it's like America, right? Like this is what we're all about. It's the big and the better, right? But as someone who's not like I'm not like a follower of Kendrick. Like I know some of his music, but I'm not nearly as up on it as you guys are. The one song I do know that he didn't play, Mad City, is one that he definitely should have.
He should have opened
wasn't it-
with that, bro.
And wasn't that like his big like breakthrough, right? Like that was his first big song.
His first
Okay.
album. Yeah.
So when I didn't hear that song, I was like, okay, that's kind of weird because I don't know like more than half of these that he's playing right now, besides Not Like Us and the stretch mark one. What's it called, bro? Humble, that one.
Humble. That was a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
That's
Which is
just
a
one
good
of
one,
his
yeah.
bigger ones. Yeah.
But I will agree with Mito in that you're not going to connect with people who don't know who Kendrick Lamar is just by having him rap his songs. Like, I think a lot of people watching it of a certain persuasion were probably really confused. Just didn't know like what they were watching or who this guy is even. So, I mean, fair is fair, bro. He's a great rapper. Like he's not necessarily my type, but I respect what he did, and I know there's a lot of like politics behind it, and I know like the whole Drake thing that I'm sure we're gonna get into in a second. But I just think like for the masses, it's just not it's not a great choice in my opinion. If that's how you're gonna go with it.
I think the thing that bothers me about Kendrick, I said this in the chat the other day, his entire personality now is Drake infused. Like when they tell you to come be on the Super Bowl and it's because of Drake, that's why I was saying today in the chat that Drake ultimately won because of this. Like you literally became bigger than you've ever been because of me, aka Drake. I don't know. I enjoyed Samuel L. Jackson. I enjoyed Serena Williams. Just I don't know. Like I don't think it was terrible. People saying that it was terrible, I think, are just plain hating because they're not into rap, which is fine. People have that kind of vibe. If you don't like something, you shit on it. I'm guilty, but
I was gonna say,
Oh
it,
yeah,
bro.
you're the king of that, bro.
but no, I don't like. I'll stick with it. I don't think rap is a performance worthy of a Super Bowl. Like maybe if they would have mixed in some non-rap, it probably would have been better. You could have did more showy things but all in all, it's a halftime show, bro. It's not that serious. Like we had a good time.
What I do think is going to
I
happen
agree.
though is I think the NFL is going to pivot next year and pick like Luke Combs or something. Like it's it's going to be just like the complete opposite
Bro,
of
can
what
we
we
get
just
Bad
saw.
Bunny, bro? That's what I want. I wish that, but
Oh
the
yeah, you're a
problem is
Bad Bunny guy.
but it's just because he doesn't speak English, bro.
I don't.
It's all
I don't.
Spanish,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
don't. I don't
crazy. They
think
would
they'll
never do
ever.
it, but man,
He
that
would be like the
guy's
perfect feature though. Like bring him on with
yeah,
somebody else.
yeah.
Well,
You
when
know,
they had it in Miami, didn't they have Pitbull?
when J Lo and them did it, I don't know if they brought. I
Yeah,
can't remember if they brought Pitbull
they
out or not.
did because I
Mr.
remember they were
Worldwide?
talking that they were gonna have Bad Bunny there. But yeah, Bad Bunny as by himself,
No, they won't. I'm just more
they'll
so
never
from the
spotlight a
show.
non-American like that. I don't think so. They
Yeah,
never
just
will.
the showman aspect. Like I've seen
Yeah.
videos of his concerts and they're wild. But
Yeah.
speaking of, you guys mentioned Serena Williams. Did you see that she said that's the greatest 10 seconds of her life? Can you imagine being Serena Williams, one of the greatest tennis players ever, the most accomplished athletes of all time, and the 10 seconds you did the crip walk was the greatest of your life? That's
She
crazy.
said that?
Yeah, she tweeted that.
Did you see what people are doing to her on Twitter though?
No, what?
They're like Serena Williams is crip walking and this is her husband and he's like a super white guy.
I did see that, actually.
And I'm like,
I
come
did
on,
see
man,
that.
you don't gotta do that right
No,
now.
the internet has zero chill, bro. Zero.
I didn't realize like he's like suburban dad white. I didn't know that. Thought he was like a hip white dude, but this guy wears like the New Balance 500s and stuff.
Oh dude, he has like no tan whatsoever.
Literally,
Are you looking at it right now?
Well, no, I saw a picture of him
Oh, okay, I
earlier,
thought you were looking
and it
it
was
up.
like contrasting him with Serena, and I was like, "Jeez, bro, I had no idea either."
Yeah, the internet's a crazy place, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Overall, though, I mean, like I said, I thought it was a good halftime show. The game was a bit of a snoozer. I'd be lying if I said I watched the whole thing. I turned it off probably like 6 or 7 minutes left. I would check, but I was out. I was after. What was it when they got the strip fumble? I was done. I'm like, bro, pull the starters. Like the game's over, right? Like, so. But
can we
good
do
for Philly.
something real quick
Yeah, for sure.
since the football season's over? Okay.
That's what are we? I mean, I'm waiting, bro. What's
Are
up?
we like a moment of silence?
No, hold on. Why
Okay.
won't it work?
Okay. This guy and his eulogy, bro.
You guys have anything you want to say to the football season?
No, bro,
bro.
you just did this, not us.
All right, never mind. I'm
Oh
just
my
saying. Sorry.
god.
There's literally no football till August, bro.
Bro,
This
Moran
is-
stopped the whole show, turned on this music, and he said, "Do you guys want to say anything?" Like, no, you say something.
All right, bro. Sorry,
No,
I'm
bro.
sad. My bad. I'm sad.
I'm
I
sad, too.
apologize.
I'm sad that we can't beat the Packers for like 6 more months. It's crazy.
Honestly.
You want to talk about it?
Hey, bro. This guy hit the violin at the perfect time.
That is such a beautiful violin, though. Can we talk about?
All right, enough of that. I'm about to delete it from the soundboard.
Oh man.
One last thing before we leave. What's your guys' reaction to Kellen Moore going to the Saints? Head coach.
I'm happy for Kellen Moore, but my God, what a bad situation, bro.
So
should've
you
waited.
said
He
the same
should've-
thing about Washington last year.
No, this is
Washington
completely
is
different.
a
I'm gonna stick
whole
up.
different.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
stick
know,
up
he
for
said the
Jose,
same
bro.
thing.
They're 90 million under
know, it's
the or
bad.
over the cap. It's not the same.
It's bad.
It's not. Jose just said that because the roster didn't look all that. He didn't expect Jaden Daniels to play like he did. It's not the same.
Bad ownership. They had
Yeah,
a
it's
new
not the
owner
same.
come in. Like no one knew
Yeah, yeah.
what Washington was going to be. The New Orleans Saints are literally in purgatory right now. Like I don't see how they get out of it, bro.
But
It's
all
bad.
I keep thinking of for Kellen Moore is, couldn't you have just pulled a Ben Johnson and waited? You know your offense
You know
is
what
going
the
to be good in
difference
Philly
is?
next year, and
know
more
what the
jobs will
difference
open up.
is?
What?
One guy has balls, the other doesn't.
Oh man, shots at Kellen Moore.
No, shots at Ben Johnson.
Yeah, he was taking a shot at Ben Johnson.
Oh,
guy.
what do you mean? Explain what you said.
Because Ben Johnson wanted to wait for the perfect situation, then he goes to the Bears. Yeah, real perfect, boss.
Oh, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm straight. I'm straight on a lot of guys today, bro.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm not sticking up for Ben Johnson by saying this, but a lot of guys, like, I'd rather wait for a job that I actually
Nope.
want. I mean, I'm sure Kellen Moore actually wanted it, but like, you know, going to the Saints,
let me
like you guys said, is just ugly right now.
Let me show you what I can do.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
Yeah, go
It's
prove
gonna. Yeah, I mean that's gonna be interesting.
He's in the perfect division, though. Like,
He is.
And bro,
that-
they're not the worst team in the league. Like, they're not that bad. You know, they need
Bro,
help in big spots.
when
Yeah.
you think about it, Ben Johnson took literally the worst job he could have taken. The reason for that is you have 3 teams that could be playoff teams for the next 5 to 10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. I'm good on Ben Johnson.
So
bro.
maybe he does have balls then by taking
No.
on the Lions, Vikings, and Packers over here.
No, I think he has beef with Dan Campbell that you guys don't want to talk
Okay.
about.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, to wrap this up on a Lions Packers note, watching the Super Bowl and taking all of it in, did you come away feeling some type of way for next year for your team? Meaning, what do we need as the Lions and Packers fans to try to get to the promised land, right? Like for me, I'll be honest, like we need to secure a pass rush, bro. Like, and I think that we saw exactly the type of effect it can have in the Super Bowl. And I mean that's a really popular opinion that we've had for a long time, but we can see the effect of having a Myles Garrett, a Trey Hendrickson, a Max Crosby. You know what I mean? Having guys that can get that can create pressure without blitzing, right? So for me, my biggest takeaway would be if we're gonna do it. Like throw caution to the wind just one time and go get someone, go get a difference maker and bring him in this season. That's what I like to see for the Detroit Lions this offseason and really try to go get it next year.
I think I'm going to go the opposite of you. I think the Eagles showed that one move doesn't do it all. I don't think trading your entire future for one player is going to do it for you. If you can get Myles Garrett for 1-1, sure. I listened to the podcast last week. I'm going to punk you out about the 3 because I think that's wild.
Guy, you're not gonna punk shit out. First of all,
I'm punking
First of
you out.
all, there's no
I'm
punking
punk-
anything. And let me just I'm glad you brought this up. So before we go, let me just clarify. This was not me saying that's my offer. What I was saying is if that's what it took to get him, I wouldn't care. And that 3 first rounds just comes from the Khalil Mack trade years ago, right? That was the basis of that trade. So that's why I just threw it out there. Not saying it's gonna take 3 firsts to get Myles Garrett, and I told you guys last week on the pod.
But you wouldn't be upset, right?
No, I wouldn't. If that's what it took to get him. But I also don't think it's gonna take 3 first rounds, and I said as much. There was a GM that came out and said it's not gonna take that. But if that was the case, if we had to give up 3, I wouldn't care. Because I'm like I just said, throw caution to the wind and go for it.
So Jose is wanting to make a splash for a stud pass rusher. Moran's kind of like, no, I want to keep building, move after move.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You can make a splash without investing your entire future.
So that's where I was going to go with it, right? And not to cut you off, but just real quick, like I know everyone's so psyched about Miles Garrett right now, and like that's the player everyone has their eyes on, but you don't need like the best player on the other side. You need a good player on the other side. You can still get help with a pass rush and even trading some picks away to do so, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that guy. It doesn't have to be Miles Garrett, where you are mortgaging a good part of your future for him. You know,
How about go get who you guys wanted to trade for in the first place? Aziz, with him and Hutch.
oh, dude, you know I would love that.
Just go do that. What's like? It's never been successful where a team has given up multiple first round picks and they've done well, and it hasn't been involving a quarterback. I know you guys are going to bring up the Rams, but Jose has said it. Everyone knows it. Quarterback's the most important position in football. I just think giving up 2 picks for a defensive end is wild. And hey, I might eat crow in 3 weeks when Max Crosby's a Packer, but I think it's wild. I literally think it's nuts.
Bro, Max Crosby ain't gonna be a Packer, fam.
All right, just like Josh Jacobs wasn't gonna be.
That Josh Jacobs was a free agent, completely different.
I know, but I was called crazy for that too. Not by you guys, by many others.
Yeah, we would never call you that.
Yeah, I know.
No, never.
Yeah,
we're your good friends.
But speaking of the game, since Jose wants to know how it makes me feel, the Eagles only scored 22 on us. We played like shit. We should have beat them, so I feel great about next year.
You gotta let it go, Vito.
I'm just
let it go.
Just let it go.
Letting you know, I feel great.
Okay.
All right.
Nah, man. What are we? Hey, so listen, the NFL season's over, but we're 2 weeks away from the combine. Like we got this 2 weeks of like nothing, and then the combine picks right up, bro.
The NFL is so well set up, man. It's a well-oiled machine.
It's crazy.
It's crazy that they rig games, though.
No, yeah, for sure. The
all
refs.
Right.
Just wild.
Are we signing off now? Are we good?
I guess so. We're good.
All right.
Hey, we appreciate you guys for listening, man. Appreciate you as always. Make sure you check us out on the socials. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Drop some love on us, man. We appreciate you guys. Love having you guys tune in, and we'll talk to you.
Yeah, love having you guys. Our first season our first and some change season is officially over on this pod. So thank you for sticking with us this whole time. And if you're new here, we love you too. Welcome. And
we'll be here all off season, by the way. I don't know if that was mentioned. Oh, yeah. You guys probably want a break from us, but it's not happening. We'll see you next week.
Beautiful. And with that, may your Kool-Aid stay blue and your head stay cheesy. Adios.
Peace.